king of crunk, sometimes they call me Lucifer. Talk about you do this and that, ain't none of that, they're new to us. Acting like that you pop off, no damn well that you rude to us. Been in my own lane, carry you like that do the truck. Trend following, I'm surprised you just not catching up. It's my way or the highway, baby girl, I'm not a settler. Don't play with my kind, no matter my mind, I promise it get pitiful. They love me, they love me, I promise I do the bare minimum. My people, they say that I'm underrated, but it's crazy, I'm steady, they killing them. Can't ride my wave, I'm flipping them. Come up for some earth and I'm dipping them. I'm so sick of all you. Weak.
Madden NFL. You are now tuned in with the Maniacs.
About to catch a Billy off of birds, that's for certain. Maybach sitting pretty close to curve. Might just let you in if you deserve it. I gotta warn you though, man, we ain't even scratched the surface. The black, keep herb in the back seat, surging, okay. Man, I'm telling y'all I'm back. Heat urging the stacks, keep surging and max feel splurging. Living proof what you can have, keep working, okay. People let it talk, they say whatever. Opinions change just like the weather. I got a question for whoever. Who do it better? Who do it better? Who do it better? Who do it better? Who do it better?
Yeah, it's the king of crunk, sometimes they call me Lucifer. Talk about you do this and that, ain't none of that, they're new to us. Acting like that you pop off, no damn well that you grew to us. Been in my own lane, carry you like that do the truck. Trend following, I'm surprised you just not catching up. It's my way or the highway, baby girl, I'm not a settler. Don't play with my kind, no matter my mind, I promise it get pitiful. They love me, I promise I do the bare minimum. My people, they say that I'm underrated, but it's crazy, I'm steady, they killing them. Can't ride my wave, I'm flipping them. Come up for some earth and I'm dipping them.
I'm so sick of all you. Weak, lame. Sick of being so humble, man. It's dead for that, man. It's 2023. Maniacs. Talk about, man. All I wanna do is talk and talk and talk. I can really give up. There you go.
Tonight, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. But tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 24 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A shotgun snap for Smith. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Running right, here's Walker. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. From the 50, it's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Metcalf motions left. Smith. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Down the right sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. It was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, here's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Third down and 10. Smith. This one goes underneath to Walker, and he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on fourth down to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Bringing them out is one of the most exciting players in the NFL every season. A former MVP, it's Lamar Jackson.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Draymond Jones just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
On second down, Jackson steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Justin Jefferson, 66 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll toss this out right to Walker. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job. They're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Cowboys! Justin Jefferson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Straight ahead, Walker. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Jackson to throw. On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Touchdown, Cowboys! Justin Jefferson doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Cowboys are able to widen their advantage. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this league could become.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. 2nd and 4. 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 2nd and Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Geno now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. It's taken to the 26. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the 1st quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me, well,
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play here for Dallas. 52 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Throwing is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys open the lead up to 34-0. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes this 35-0 now. So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing now is Geno. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Stephon Gilmore dials the corner blitz and earns the sack. Now Geno. This is the tight end fan. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Walker. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. That one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Justin Jefferson. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Cowboys have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it is 42-0. kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And it's fielded at the 34. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Justin Jefferson
with career touchdown number 156. That ties it with Terrell Owens for 5th all time.
And the Cowboys are pouring it on.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
No big surprise. Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
Now it's Smith. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. That's taken on the 25. A very good return that time. 18 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one play touchdown.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big connection on that one. 46 yards. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson staying on his feet, steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that is a historic run for him, partner. With that pickup, he just broke Lamar Jackson's 2019 record for most yards in a season by a quarterback. No one has done it better across a 16 or a 17-game schedule. Now his name will be forever linked with the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Lamar Jackson punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the route is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Smith. He'll find Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he'll get this up to the 39. Smith now to throw. Short throw to Disley. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Again, Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Smith and Jigba with the grab. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Myers' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch the...
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big play here for Dallas. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it's Jackson rolling to his left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Here's Jackson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Draymond Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Now Jackson. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Justin Jefferson with career touchdown number 157, moving him past Terrell Owens and into a tie with Randy Moss for 4th on the all-time list. And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Aubrey good with a PAT. And a rout is on here in this 1st half. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. To the right side, this is Walker. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down. Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things?
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson with career touchdown number 158. That pushes him past Randy Moss and into 4th place all time. And the Cowboys just continue to roll. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Walker. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. This is taken around the 12. Pushing his way through. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. So a change of possession here on the punt. Jackson on first down. That's down the field for Jefferson. And that's caught inside the 35. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks with career touchdown number 60. And the Cowboys have got it on cruise control. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. Now Jackson on first down, buying time to his left. He's letting it fly for Cooks. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Aubrey good with a PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On second down, here's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Geno on first down. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Smith now on second down. Short throw to Disley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital. A big test for the Washington Commanders as they'll square off against the Miami Dolphins. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being in Philadelphia, where we find the Eagles taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Lastly, on Monday Night Football, Week 13 comes to a close with a good one. Bengals and Jags from Jacksonville. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He had a half for the ages. Touchdown pass after touchdown pass. He threw a month's worth of touchdowns in just those first 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
On first and 10, it's Jackson out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Justin Jefferson, 72 yards. And the Cowboys are pouring it on. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. On first down, it's Smith. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
To throw is Smith. Targets Metcalf along the sideline. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. 3rd and long, it's Smith. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, 65 yards. And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Geno now to throw. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and a couple. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Walker with another carry. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here's Jackson to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And now off to the races down the right side. Brandon Cooks. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Aubrey now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They run again with Walker. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. On the give, here's Charbonnet. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
2nd down, here's Charbonnet. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing now is Gino. Short throw to Disley. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash. This from 53. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they will remain well behind.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Steps away. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Cowboys get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 9.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Short throw to Disley. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Gino.
We'll get that to Charbonnet.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
A man born to play in this stadium. It's DJ Dallas. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Smith.
They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Smith. That is caught. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 1st target, 1st catch, and a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They'll run on 1st down with Dallas. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Smith throw caught here by Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks 1st down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line.
Smith on 1st down. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Throwing is Smith. Left side complete to Lockett. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now it's Smith. That's complete to his running back, Dallas. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. Now Smith on 3rd and goal. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now Lewis selects to return it. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Justin Jefferson, 73 yards. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Smith now to throw. Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, here's Smith. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Smith on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game. And he's got a 1st down. To the air again, Smith. He'll find Eskridge here complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Smith. On the slant, here's Smith and Jigba. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. There, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Here's Smith. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Through the middle of the field, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Aubrey now for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Moore. He will return it. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Dorrance Armstrong. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Out of the gun, Smith. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
And that's going to be caught. Oh, a one-handed grab there. He's got it for the touchdown. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he fields it cleanly. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. Jackson on the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. To throw is Jackson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. Here's Jackson. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
This is 2nd and 8.
Now Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Back to throw, Smith.
Going right back to Fant.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York? And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for Dallas. 54 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He gets it to Cooks. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks, 26 yards.
And the Cowboys are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now Gino on 1st down. This is Fant on the short completion. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
2nd down and a yard.
Here's Smith.
And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause. Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Throwing again is Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. To throw is Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw again. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Again, Smith. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Gino now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play here for Dallas. 47 yards. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Now it's Jackson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Bingo, partner. Lamar Jackson in the end zone. Nothing that surprises us at all. But when you look back at his touchdown totals in the last couple of years, just 3 last season and 2 the year before that. I think oftentimes he runs around, creates great yardage, and he lets his running backs carry it into the end zone to make everyone feel good. In this case, he got a little bit of the glory himself.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chance.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here's Smith from the gun on third down. He's got his target. That's complete.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
One last throw here for Smith. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Cowboys, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I
It's a sweet. What? It's a sweet. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweet. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweet. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games. We playing for keeps. Yeah. It's a sweet. It's my time. I know Patty Philippe. They was yapping. I don't hear a peep. Yeah, I stepped through that spot. I don't creep. Yeah, we ain't on none of that. Can't call it lucky. I give.